Alert! 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 What's going on, guys? Rabid here, and if you have been mining Octaspace with IPOLLO miners, you may have noticed that they all just quit as a block height around 3 million or so, but don't worry, we got a fix. All right, so what's going on here? I did have everything on Crazy Pool, and as you can see, I only have 2 workers left. The 2 Jazz miners I have here. The X16 is testing other pools. If we come into our IPOLLO miner here, hit a quick refresh. We are live for about 7 minutes. 0 accepted shares. We should start getting accepted shares around the 3 to 4 minute mark here, but we're not seeing anything. The get works is still working, and we're still using full power at the wall. The only thing that works is when it swaps over to the ZIL rounds, you do then begin mining ZIL, but nothing when it comes to Octaspace. Let's try a couple more rigs here just to showcase. This one's 21 minutes, 0 accepted shares, but the get works again is still working. So it is not working on Octaspace. So what we got to do here is download the very first old firmware, and it should get it working again. Now I'm going to confirm this. We're going to try this right now in this video, make sure it does work. I moved over to K1 pool, and again, nothing. It's an Octaspace issue, not a pool issue. So if everything works, I will have the latest firmware as well as the early fixed firmware down in the description there, link to my website where I do like to keep all the firmwares together so that you guys have access to. All right, so I'm just going to update the firmware here on the V1 Mini Classic Plus. Here you can see I'm on 0.114.138. And if you have an X1, I do not know a fix yet, because when everything went down, I actually was on the very first X1 firmware. That's the one that looks kind of like the GPU there. And then I updated it to latest, and it didn't fix it. These were on the firmware version before the latest. And then I thought, okay, maybe a firmware upgrade will fix it. It didn't fix it. So now we're going back to the first one, just so you kind of know exactly what all I've tried and everything so far here. So, and also last night when this was happening, I posted in my Discord, and this is where I got a lot of the information from. If you're not a member of the Discord, be sure to join that link down in the description and join to stay up to date on all the latest news and everything going on with crypto, as well as a lot of these fixes. So last night it happened just before I was about to go to bed. I just shut them off, and now it's morning time, and we're going to fix this because people have been responding here. So we're going to go to firmware upgrade. We're going to flash this image. We're going to browse. I'm going to go to my downloads here, and we're going to hit this fetch 78106, some old style firmware here. And we're going to open up that, and we are going to hit the upload button. Once this is done, it's going to verify. We're going to uncheck this. With the IPOLLOs, always uncheck keep your settings. If you don't do that, you could run into issues. Make sure you don't keep any settings. Always uncheck it so that it starts from default. Hit the continue, and now it'll begin the downgrading process here. You can see here 114. We'll come back once it fully updates. All right, so once you do see the firmware change here, all you gotta do is simply hit F5. It'll have to allow you to log in again. Username's root, default, and password is root as well. So now everything should be reset here. Miner configuration, we got to do everything from scratch, and because this is the ETC miner, we can only have the chance of choosing ETC hash, not ETH hash, but that's okay. It should still work on Octaspace. That's a little trick they got here. So now I'm going to revamp this and put it right back to Crazy Pool, which where I originally started here. So we're going to come in, and I just got to see, is Crazy Pool locked in? Yes. So we got the default there. And now I need 093. Oh, great. Which one was my proper one? I just got to find out what my proper address here. A lot of times they have it saved here by default, but I just got to double check and make sure. All right, so that was the right one, the 0x93DC here. So we're going to go all the way to the end. If you're unfamiliar how to set it up on Crazy Pool, you do have to have your Octaspace address followed by a period. You can see right here, no spaces, and then your ZIL address, followed by, because these are IPOLLOs, you need a period again right here, and then IPOLLO underscore. What this does is actually allow the preloading the DAG for ZIL to help boost that ZIL mining here. So now we have the, I'm going to go ETC, yeah, that's right, ETC Mini Plus is what we got here. Now we're going to hit that save button, and now we're going to find out, is this actually going to work, or are we just throwing these things in the garbage? Okay, we're about 3 minutes and 16 seconds in. You can see 1 accepted share. And if we go over to Octa at the pool here, we can see that we now are detected. So we are now up and running again on Octaspace. and we have about 11 minutes until the next ZIL round. So now I guess it's time to update all the other ones. So we're going to click on here, and I'm going to run through it right quick. You obviously don't need to see me do them all because we already did the first one. So I'll update everything and we'll come back. All right, so I did update all the other miners here, and then I also went back and updated the original one to the latest firmware to see if it'll begin working. And as you can see, we only got one share and one rejected. This is due to the ZIL round that actually went through. They got detected. I made it. ETC Mini Plus here did make it to the latest ZIL round, but it is not working for Octa. So you do have to utilize that very first firmware that you can see 16 minutes ago is the last time it was detected, but everything else is mining Octa again. So that's pretty sweet. And now it just updated and said they disappeared. So that sucks. Oh, there we go. Now they're back again with the refresh. But it does look to be working for these IPOLLO miners. So that is the fix. You need the early firmware. Now, how did this affect the actual network hash rate? So there's actually a decent amount of IPOLLOs mining Octaspace right now. Look at the drop here. So we were at about, that's K1 pool all by itself. I'm going to actually have to, there we go. Let's look at the total here on pools. So we were over 4 terahash and we came down to initially 2.713 something. So almost, it looks like the hash rate's picking up a bit. A lot of people are starting to figure out this fix and stuff as well. But almost about a terahash worth of Octaspace hash rate looks to be from these IPOLLO miners. So that's very interesting. All right, guys, so hopefully this video does help you out. Your IPOLLO miner should be back and running on Octaspace again. I will have all the links to all these firmwares down in the description linked to my website. So thank you for checking this out. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.